everyone, today I will be showing you how I create on a half-scale mannequin. The reason I bought this mannequin was because I entered a competition for a red dress competition, which I have over here. And I got this mannequin at displayimporter.com. I do not remember the size or the measurements for it, but here is the dress that I made for her. And no, I did not win, but the journey was rewarding, and I learned how to work with vinyl and whatnot. There it is. And the zipper broke, but that is the design. And how I start designing this is by first taking designer's tape, if I can find the end, and you tape it on the mannequin and just design whatever you'd like to make. And we're going to go from designer's tape to using muslin to create the pattern, but I don't have muslin, so we're going to use some remnants. After we use the remnants, you take that, you place it onto paper to draw your pattern out, and make sure to include the seam allowances. After that, you cut the paper, that becomes your pattern, you place it on the original fabric, and then that's it. Let's get started. Alright, so for our first design, let's make something simple. Let's take our tape from the side seam, start there, below the armscissors, and let's just make, I don't know, the top like that. So you will cut it. The tape will go all the way to the center front line. Make sure that sticks down very good. And now, let's find some remnants, preferably cotton, some fabric that does not stretch. It'll make it easier. Well, I guess I'm just going to use this. Alright, we're going to cut a rectangle to work on our first piece. And I do not measure it, I just kind of eyeball it. Make sure it's long enough to cover above your line and below the waistline. So about there. And wide, well, a little bit more than the side seam. So I'm going to place my fabric again. Alright. And here we go. And now we start to pin our, oops, I need pins. Alright, I am back. Make sure that you place your fabric along the center line of the mannequin. There you go. I place my pins horizontal. This way the fabric doesn't move in any direction. Alright, now you do this to the fabric. You pin again at the side seam. Don't tug on the fabric when you're smoothing it out, just with your fingers. And you can see there's a little bulging at the center, at the front. See all this? All this fabric that's loosening? We are going to make a dart with that. And the dart will start at the apex, but not to it, and it ends at this line, this marking. So there we go, we have a dart. And I can see the black tape through the fabric, so I will mark it with my pen. Hopefully you guys can see it. There it is. And now I come to the side seam and you mark the side seam with your marker, pen, pencil, whatever it is that you have. And we mark exactly at the waistline, and what I do is I mark below this, the mannequin comes with the tape, so I mark below the tape. Flatten the dart to one side, mark above it, fold it to the other side, mark that side as well. All the way to the side seam. Now the way I mark my darts, I pinch the fabric and I make a line right there. Same on the other side, pinch and mark. Alright, oops, falling apart. And now what we do, the next step is to cut along the waistline, the side seam, and the top. Go. Now we're going to place this onto paper, and I'll show you what's next. Okay, now I placed the fabric pattern onto the paper, and now it's time to trace around it. This, when you place it on the original fabric, it will be cut on the fold, and how I indicate cutting on the fold is by this two arrows connected with that line. And then you can write cut on fold. Obviously, because this will be cut on the fold, we don't need seam allowance here, but we do need seam allowance all around our edges. And I like to sew at 1 centimeter, which is 3/8. 3/8 of an inch. All around. I've added the 3/8 seam allowance all around the new pattern and none on the center fold. Some light. Alright. Here I have placed the paper pattern onto my folded fabric. I wrote front bodice cut once. Now I'm going to cut it out, mark my dart on both, 2 darts, and I'm going to sew it and pin it back onto the mannequin. I wanted to show you guys how I mark my darts. I place a pin at the top of the dart. I grab a marker or a pencil, in this case a white pencil because my fabric is black, and I try to make a mark right there, and then I flip it and I make another mark right where the needle sticks out. So about there. And now I remove the pin, remove the pattern, grab the ruler. You see right here where the triangle begins, that corner and that edge and this edge. Place the ruler there and make a line towards that point. Well, this one's kind of not working, but hopefully you can see a line, maybe. Then the other side. The chalk is not working. Okay. And again on the other side. Have to grab a better chalk. Perhaps, maybe, I don't know. Can you see that line? Oh, better. Alright, and the other side of the dart. And voila. When you open it up, you have both darts marked and it's ready to be sewn. So now before I sew my dart, I pinch that fabric. Make sure these two edges align. Right? Then I take a pin. I poke it through the line, the top line. Flip it over. If the pin goes through the second line, let me refocus at the back, then we're good. Grab another pin, do the same thing. Stab it through the top line. Flip it over, see how it doesn't go through that line. So then fix your fabric. Do it again, grab the pin, first line, flip it. See that? Goes through the second line, back line. And there we go, now it's ready to be sewn. Here's a very important step. After you sew your darts, you're going to press them towards the center front, and press. Now that I'm done sewing the darts, this is the result. I don't know if you can see. Now I can clip the darts at the bottom. That's why you leave that little triangle when you're first designing it. And now it's ready to be placed onto the mannequin. There we go. You see there's still left over to the side. And it goes above our line because that's our seam allowance. Pin, pin, pin. And here we have the final look. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any ideas for me to try in the future, please leave your comment below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.